Welcome back to the show. Now, our poll question we've been asking tonight, we're asking, should the Parliamentary Service Commission be disbanded? Start with a yes or a no. Give us your comment, your name and location. The SMS number, of course, is 2442. The vote right now, I'm going to ask the director to scroll the current vote there. We have it 65% say yes and 35% say no. I'll read a few of them. This one is from Benjamin in Lokichar, Turkana. Yes, because the most important agenda they normally discuss is increment of their salaries and allowances. This one from Kamau in Buruburu reads, no, some MPs are once again setting the scene for petty politicking instead of addressing serious issues of constitutional implementation. Kenyans will punish those idlers next year. And this one is from Sirat in Wajir. Yes, it should, if it fails the integrity test. So continue to send in your thoughts. Yes or no? The SMS number, of course, is 2442. Well, the scramble for Coast Region votes is on, with the main contenders in next year's race to State House making early forays to endear themselves to their electorate. In what's expected to be a bruising battle to take over from President Kibaki in the next general election, the place of the Coast Region in determining the outcome of that succession race becomes paramount. Now, with the exception of Tourism Minister Najib Balala, who has made subtle indications that he's also eyeing the country's top job, no other politician from the region has shown interest in becoming the fourth principal inhabitant of State House. What then is the place of Coast Region in next year's polls? What are the political, social and economic issues that may determine how the Coast Region sails in the 2012 political winds? Francis Gashuri looked into this.
The coast region along the Indian Ocean is one of Kenya's 8 main administrative areas that until the enactment of the new constitution were known as provinces, but under the current system of government as provided for in the country's new supreme law, the region is now divided into 6 counties, namely Mombasa, Kwale, Kilifi, Tana River, Lamu and Taita Taveta. According to the 2009 National Population Census, the coast region that approximately covers 86,603 kilometers squared has 3.3 million inhabitants and an estimated 1.2 million registered voters. It is these figures that may have prompted those eyeing the presidency in next year's polls to make repeated tours to the region to win the hearts and minds of the electorate. A keen observer would then wonder why Coast Region leaders have not thrown their hearts in the ring, as have leaders from other regions in the country.
Because the people, like I told you, cheerleaders, they need someone to tap. Raila Odinga to tell them well play, Mike Kibaki to tell them well play, or whoever is going to come up, whether it's Uhuru Kenyatta after the Hague thing, whether it's Ruto, tell them well play. So they're cheerleaders. They don't eye for the presidency because they've been made to believe they are not full Kenyans.
And Coast Province is perceived, at least by those who consider themselves to be front runners, as a swing vote zone, as no man's land, and everybody will be rushing there to endear themselves to their voters in that province.
But coast political analysts and scholars observe that it was not a coincidence that the region is not prominently featuring in the list of top Kibaki succession contenders. Since politics is a game of numbers, therein lies the region's primary concern.
Majority don't have IDs, don't have birth certificates, don't have voting cards. But when you come around, you want Ngoma, we play for you Ngoma. And we are aware among 2 million people, maybe 500,000 go for votes. So could you say you're representing coastal people? You are not. 1.5 didn't vote for anyone.
Previously, the region has entered into loose pre-election agreements with presidential candidates who, in exchange for their political support, promised plenty of goodies, including resolution of long-standing land issues and perceived marginalization, as well as an assurance that the region would get its fair share of the national cake. But after the pause, observers say it often remains business as usual.
Hatutaki viongozi fulani wawauze wawe ni madalali. Hakuna tena wakati watu kutiwa kwenye taa kama kikapuni kwenda kuuzwa. Hazitoki kura hivyo.
Unlike previous electoral exercises where there were many carrots to dangle to win political support from various regions in the country, the pure presidential system in the new constitution provides for two main positions, that of the president and a deputy. However, opinion shapers in the coast region see the advent of semi-autonomous county governments as a reprieve and an opportunity to make economic and political advancement. The 2012 race to State House is expected to be a crowded field if the current list of presidential hopefuls is anything to go by. Once they have consolidated their traditional political turfs, various presidential candidates are likely to turn their attention to the coast region for a political marriage and a promise of the running mate slot. However, they will be confronted with a series of issues.
We are not looking at positions, right? We don't want a position just because one of our men is there, right? We want how useful that position is going to be for the coast people.
Despite accommodating the multi-billion shilling tourism sector and the money-minting port of Mombasa, there is a feeling among coastal region residents that past political leadership has not done enough to persuade or even coerce the central government to plow back enough returns to develop the region.
Kama kiongozi anakwenda kule bara au anakwenda sehemu kwenye bunge na sisi tumemchagua kama krimu hapa, lakini akifika kule wale wenzake wanaona kama huyu ndiye best. Sasa wale walimchagua huyu wako vipi? Hichi ndio kitu kinaangusha mpwani kwa sababu
even as the coastal region seeks a bigger share of the national goodies, the silent inherent internal divide among the residents remains a key challenge. Those from the populous Mijikenda community consider themselves the indigenous coastal people and perceive coastal inhabitants of the Arab and Asian extraction as outsiders. For now, the coast region remains a viable political bride that will continue to attract suitors from all over the country in the Kibaki succession politics. The coast region, just like any other region in the country, will be seeking to play its rightful role in determining who becomes the next occupant of the house on the hill. And the residents say there are quite a number of issues that prospective candidates must bear in mind, such as land issues, unemployment, and what they say is an equal distribution of national resources. Francis Gashuri, Countdown 2012 series, Mombasa County.